Hey guys, it's Donna from Donna's Sewing Circle. Welcome, come on in. I saved a seat for you. There's always room for another in the circle. How are y'all doing today? If you just stumbled upon me today, this is lesson 2 of a 15-part series about upcycling. Today's class is about recognizing what you have and seeing something as something else. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of my stash. I've got a huge stash. I've been collecting for 20 years. And every time I go to Goodwill or a thrift store or a yard sale, I usually don't go with the project in mind. But by the day's end, I have a project in mind. But there's so many projects ahead of it that it really takes me a long time to get to the project I just bought. So with that being said, let's see what we've got today. This is a flannel sheet. A lot of people think, Jill, use it for flannel, use it for a sheet, use it in the winter time. No, that's not what Donna's using it for. If you notice, it has some really beautiful roses. These would be gorgeous as applique. You would put heat and bond on the back of it, turn it into like a sticker that you would glue onto your fabric, and then you sew around it. So this has its ears marked for applique. That's what I bought this for, was for applique. Or I found a quilt and I purchased it, and it has roses on it. One of the blocks was roses. Actually, all the blocks were roses, but they were from like 3 different fabrics. And then it made the most stunning quilt. So if I don't use all of this for applique, I could also use it for that quilt in my future. Notice I said that, future. Okay, and another, I've already used parts of this. I bought this. It is a, what do you call that? You put it on your bed, a dust cover. Or is that what they call it, a dust cover? But the only reason I bought it was this gorgeous lace. There's a gazillion projects you can use lace for. So I bought this for future projects to use lace. I love lace. You can put it as an embellishment on a lot of products. You can add it to the bottom of a skirt. Really, if you was to make a homemade skirt, which I've done it, and I've actually added lace to the bottom of it and added 2 or 3 inches to the skirt, and it's gorgeous. So I could use that for a skirt also. And this, I found this in my stash. It is a little girl's jacket, and I bought it for the embroidery on it. I can cut the embroidery out, use it for purse, an embellishment on a purse. I could use this and make a purse out of it. So that was the purpose of this, was to buy it for the applique. And I will also save the zipper on it. It has a nice zipper on it. And this is a shirt. It's a denim shirt. It's one of those lightweight denim shirts. But I bought it, I don't know if you can see it in the lighting, for this beautiful front. That beautiful detail. Now that would be a beautiful detail to add to a purse. It has a zipper on it, so you could use it. I make a lot of purses, and I sell a lot of purses. So you can use the beautiful dark denim for quilt blocks if you want to make a quilt. You could use it for kitchen. You could use it for a pot holder in your kitchen. There's so many ideas, just so many things that you can use. I also buy belts. Here's 2 belts I bought. And if you're wondering, why is she buying belts and reusing belts? They make beautiful straps for a purse. That's what I do with belts, for straps on purses. Like I said, I make a lot of purses. So these are some straps. Always look for they have to be good straps, or yeah. I don't want anything that's so worn and ugly. You want it to have a good life to it still. Because you can't sell a purse if the strap looks like crap. Okay, now I already used a part of this pair of pants. Aren't they gorgeous? That snake skin. You can use it for pattern pieces. I took a chunk of it out. I believe this might actually be the cup cozy I made. It had a zipper on it. And I know it was a leg off of a pants. So it could have been these pants. I'd say it was. It fits there. So I found the pair of pants I actually took these from. But see, you might see a pair of pants, a pair of ugly pants. There's no way in the world you would ever buy those and wear them. But if you look at them as something different, I made a cup cozy out of it. And it has a zipper on it. I mean, how cool is that? So just you've got to start looking. If you're going to be an upcycler, you have to start looking at things a little differently. So this, I've already used it for one. I'm looking to see if there's another zipper, but there was only one zipper. So, and now the pockets. If you ever think, oh, I'm done with it, I'm going to throw it away, save your pockets. When my children were young, I actually made a quilt made out of pockets. And some of them had zippered pockets, some of them had button pockets, and my toddler loved it. So save your pockets, save your zippers and your buttons, save your waistbands. There are so many things that you can use these for. And I have totes of said things. Okay, and here's another pair of pants. I absolutely love these. They're very thin. I don't know if they're leather or if they're leather look-alike, but it's very, very thin. And I absolutely love this fabric. This fabric is good for well, purses, linings. You could actually make a thin purse out of this, an evening bag. Be beautiful. You can make a patchwork out of it. So many ideas. And here's a jacket. It's a blue jean jacket. I will not take the blue jean jacket apart. I love blue jean jackets. What I do is I'll add applique to it. Every one I've made with applique, I've sold. Sometimes, like the lace I showed you earlier, I'll add a lace border around the end of it. I've added skirts to the end of it so it extends to your knee. And they are gorgeous. I've sold every one of those I've made. Sometimes as soon as I post them, they're claimed. So there's so many fun things you could do with the jacket. You could attach lace to them, attach embroidery designs, lace, skirts. So many things you could do. You gotta start looking at everything as an upcycler. Which, by the way, have you subscribed? If you haven't, please subscribe. That way you don't lose me in the hubbub of the internet, because I've noticed if I find a channel that I like, if I don't subscribe, I can't find it again. It doesn't pop back up in my feed. So subscribe so you don't lose me. Here's just a plain pair of jeans. Jeans make great totes. You've probably seen lots of people on the internet making totes and bags and wallets out of jeans. Jeans are a very versatile, heavy-duty fabric. It makes a quilt, a good quilt. I've made quilts out of jeans too. So save your jeans. Don't throw them away. And a lot of jeans will have a decorative pockets. I always save those and put those on my purses, the decorative pockets. This is another jacket. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with it. I'm not exactly sure how I ended up with it. I'm not sure. I don't see a price on it, so maybe it was donated to me. But it's a very, very cool jacket. It's not flannel. It is blue jean fabric, but it's a lightweight blue jeans fabric. It has some cool pockets on it. So there's lots of things you can use it for. Just use your imagination. And here's a shirt. No, it's a jacket. But this, I would have bought it for the sleeves. I could make another cup cozy. They're really soft. This is a velour. So I've made a velour quilt. So I will save the velour and make a velour quilt out of it. So if there's a certain fabric you like, you can save all the clothing that you know that has that. I've made a corduroy quilt. I absolutely loved corduroy, and at one point, probably 10, 15 years ago, you could find corduroy everywhere, and I bought every color of corduroy pants, shirt, you name it. I had it, and I made the most beautiful corduroy quilt. It is the heaviest quilt too, but this is like a velour, and it's a very pretty color. So I can make a little bag out of it if I wanted, but more than likely I'll take it apart, save the buttons, the pockets, maybe use the sleeves for something else, but I'll definitely save the fabric for future quilt. And this is a skirt. Now sometimes you could change like a skirt into a top or a top into a skirt. I've seen that done a lot on YouTube. So you can put it, if it's not big enough, you can open the seam at something identical in weight, maybe a different color, something to attract. But you can, just because it's a skirt doesn't mean it needs to stay a skirt. And it's a velour. So with me wanting to make a velour quilt, I can cut this up also and add it to the turquoise. And here is a pillowcase. I love pillowcases. That's one of the first places I go when I go to the Goodwill store is the linens. I love sheets, pillowcases. Now, if you're going to make a quilt, I will say this. If you're going to make a quilt, I highly recommend you buy 100% cotton sheets and pillowcases. Do not buy the polyester ones if you plan on making a quilt because it just doesn't work. I've tried it. So, but if there's lots of other things you can use those polyester sheets for. I've used them for linings in my totes. They're really nice. So I have this gorgeous vintage sheet or pillowcase. I love the pattern on it. And it has a ruffle. Now you've seen those pillowcase dresses for little girls. This could be a beautiful pillowcase dress with its ruffle already attached. Or I can make it into a bag with a ruffle. I could turn it over and the ruffle be on top. There's so many things you can do with it. Or I could add it to a ruffle at the bottom of my bag. And then there's pillows. I love pillows. Now most people look at this and bypass it. Who wants a pillow with all this decor on it? You can't lay your head on it. It won't feel good. So imagine that turned into a makeup bag or an evening bag. I just love them. And you can get these so inexpensive at the Goodwill, and there's a ton of them. And another thing, if you are making pillows and you go to Walmart and you're looking for stuffing for a pillow, you know how expensive that stuff is? It's like $9, $10 a bag, which is absolutely ridiculous. Go to Goodwill, go to garage sales, fill the pillows, confirm what they're made out of. Some of them are feathers. Some of them are vintage pillows and they won't be worth anything taking the filling out. But a lot of the newer pillows, you could tell. This actually feels like it might be made out of feather. So check your stuffing, and you can use your stuffing, reuse your stuffing for future pillows. So don't throw your stuffing away either. And this one also has a zipper. So you save your zipper. Might use it for the bag. I plan on using this for a bag. So that would be awesome. Okay, so there's that one. And here's another pillow I picked up. This one is black leather and suede. I don't know. There you can see it maybe. It is gorgeous. And I fell in love with it as soon as I seen it. This will make an awesome tote bag. Look how big it is. It'd be a great tote bag. Even if I had to fold it in half, I could do that and use it's got velour on the back, and use the velour for the inside lining. There's so many things. You've got to, if you're going to be an upcycler, you have to change your perspective. That's what today's whole video is about, was changing your perspective and seeing something new out of something old. So let me say that if you're new here, please subscribe. But also, I've written a book. It's called You Can Do It, Beginner's Upcycling Work. It's a workbook. And it goes along with these videos, and you can highlight in it. You can make notes. But what it'll do is help you from having to come back to my videos and try to locate where I said something or showed how to do something. You will have it in the book. So the link is in the description and in the first comment. Check out my website. There's a lot of freebies on my website, Donna's Sewing Circle. The link's in the comment. It doesn't cost you anything. I've got lots of freebies. I got free quilting patterns. And with this being upcycling, I may put something up there for upcyclers too. But there's sewing stuff on there. There's just lots of stuff to explore, and I appreciate you coming and finding me, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.